Hello, YouTube. All right, Joe, what's these logs for?
Yeah, these are logs for, this is oak. When I was working these piles up here, I keep my oak separate. You know, it takes different seasoning time. They go to different restaurants, so I will run this all at one time. This load is mostly silver maple. This is for restaurant stuff. I'm just forking these over to the live deck to get ran through. And this pile, these were the two piles that came in. I bought these super cheap. They were just bigger, ugly, gangly logs.
What do you do with them? Same thing I do. You cut them off and run them, rerun them on your axis.
Yeah, no, these will fit through my Yappa processor.
That end doesn't mess up? when it
No,
goes
well,
through?
I'll still trim that off with my battery-powered chainsaw.
We love battery-powered
It works.
chainsaws.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Everyone,
that's true,
I need
the
to do an
battery,
update on that because I put it on here about a year ago. It's working just fine.
Yeah.
And it's quiet. I don't annoy. We don't really have neighbors, but I still am sensitive to running machines. You know.
We just like it because you can pick it up and start.
Yes.
And you don't have to oil. Well, you do oil, but you know.
And you know, when you're a sole proprietor and it's a hot day like this, all it
Yes.
takes is just say, you know what, I don't feel like messing with that chainsaw, and you don't even do it.
That's why I carry one with me. Or here's the big one. You get your chainsaw stuck. You get it stuck. There's your rescue saw.
Yeah.
And you can be finesse with it. But
That
I
was-
found that you cutting down trees, dead trees, you can hear the fibers better. So take your time.
My first lesson with a chainsaw was you never go into the woods with one saw.
Yes.
Yes.
But you keep it out of the dirt so you don't have to carry 6 saws. but tell me about this cleaner.
Yeah, this is the Yappa roller cleaner. So there are two types of cleaners. There's those barrels like a trommel.
Right.
This is a disc cleaner.
This is much more effective, I would
Well, if it is, the other benefit is these are a lot quieter than those trommels because they tend to echo and bang around.
say. These would deal with the dust much better.
Yeah, these work. Come on and show the underside here. These rollers all roll at a different speed and the table is on an incline and it really gets the logs to bounce around and you get this kind of stuff that comes
you change
through.
this incline or is it fixed?
You can change it. If you raise this side, it makes the log stay in even longer. And then the outfeed is adjustable too.
What kind of cost is this?
Yeah, so I can't remember the cost, but go to metzamachines.com. I think they're around, I can't remember. They're somewhere around 10 to 15, somewhere in that. So here's the deal though, guys. If you are a split and sell company, you should consider getting one of these because you're doing a better service to your customers, which means you can command a higher price for your firewood because they don't get this junk delivered. And for some people, they don't want this, you know. And then this also becomes a product for you where you could probably package this up and sell it as a premium bundle and make extra money with it. Yeah. The other thing too is you don't need a processor for one of these. You could have a chainsaw and splitter business, and this can lower to the ground to where a front end loader can dump it in.
Now that motor is running this too.
Yeah, this is all hydraulic
So when this is
driven.
running, does that hurt your speed on that?
It slowed down my other smaller engine, smaller pump, but not this thing. This thing here doesn't even know it's connected.
That's a nice
How many
machine.
gallons per minute is it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of those numbers I don't know.
Because the controls, you just feel like after a while you're right into it.
Yeah,
It's
I
not foreign.
I have filmed myself on the very first table I ran with this machine, and if you recall, I came off of the platform and I looked right into the camera and I said, I am under stress, and I was.
Yes.
It was tough because there's all these buttons and levers, and you want to
I
stop
remember.
that ram, and you don't know which button to hit, and you know, and but now I'm pretty good at it.
My Bobcat's got 3 settings, and one's real jerky, real quick one, and the second one, I'm on the third one.
Yeah.
And that's why I look like I'm real smooth. But that thing has become me. It's just like moving a finger or picking up something when you're not looking at it. You don't even think turning. You don't even think.
Yeah.
But that's what 500 hours in it does.
I have noticed that all it takes is to run one goofy log, and you got to struggle with it, and you automatically learn, and you now
you'll
know
spend more time.
You have become a better operator because of it, and the next time it happens, you got a plan to
You
attack
watch
it.
me pick up a log, and I'll do the first split, and I'll take it and I'll pitch it because it's putting off wood too big to even re-split.
Yeah.
And it just, even though it can split a 16-inch log, it can't work it right.
Yeah.
And you're beating it trying to get it to split, and it's only a 12.5-ton splitter on that house.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you do learn, and you don't mind getting small stuff as long as it's straight.
Yeah.
But boy, there's a big difference in yield between that wood and that wood. So,
So I am still dealing, though. I'm still sweating it out right now. The logs aren't coming in at the same pace that I would like for them to. There's a lot going on, I think, in the market right now. I think a lot of people are starting to panic or worry about the winter. And these loggers are finding a lot of homeowners that will pay a lot more money for a triaxle load of wood than what I will.
yeah.
So I have been kind of sweating this one out here, and I keep waiting for a load to come in, and I haven't had one for a while.
Is Jesse being selective to what he brings you, or what?
Well, his job got a lot easier with this machine because I can take a bigger log.
Right.
Not only can I take a bigger log, but this infeed is more forgiving, where if it's got a little bit of bend to it or some knots, I can still get it to go through pretty easy.
That's the real deal there. That is the
Yeah.
that's the top of the line right
Mhm. So what I had learned about processors is I think they're all good and they all serve their purpose. And you see these bigger ones with the big slasher
I know,
wheel
that's what
and
was-
stuff,
I
the
know.
name. But what kind of extra work is that bringing you? Is that a lot of money and fuel that you're using? Do you still have to resplit those if you're trying to sell value added firewood like I do? And then there's some that are smaller, they're more affordable, but they're not a professional grade, or they got their own limitations, and it ultimately
Well, there's
slows
no
you down.
perfect. There's no perfect wood. There's no perfect processor.
Right.
You'll see the box wedge, which puts off some of the most perfect square wood, munch up a whole bunch of other wood.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and that's what I found with this. Okay, so this, I would not call this, I think this is in the mid level. It's not small and it's not big, but it is like a big, medium sized
Yeah.
process. It has a big attitude with the box knife, the perfect split system.
yes.
Big logs don't scare me, and you don't even have to think about them because this thing will just whittle them down, and you just stand there and wait for it to get done, and then you drop the next one in. This is something.
Yeah, but it's the only reason I would hate to do a business in firewood, because you got to have that supply coming in about 2 years ahead,
Yeah.
and you can't.
Yeah, right when I thought I had my supply system figured out, we had the pandemic and the price of lumber that went up, and all of the mills in our area go to Middlefield, and they started taking smaller and smaller and smaller logs that used to go into the firewood market. Well, now that lumber prices have leveled off, now we're dealing with fuel prices and panic buying with all of these logs that aren't getting into my firewood market.
I was already paying him. He was $600 for a load. I was giving him $700 because he was coming from way up in West Virginia,
Yeah.
and I'll probably have to give him $900 to get him down there. But he won't even return my call.
Yeah, I have already, when I could used to be able to get a triaxle load for $600 to $650, I'm now getting quotes for $900, $950.
That's why I figured it's
Yeah.
gonna go. But I've seen this in business. I've seen this, but I raised mine. We was 145
Yeah.
for half core delivered, and we're 180 now.
Well, that's, I don't lose sleep over this. I'll be honest with you. The same thing with fuel prices. Sure, that I feel them, but you know what? They just reflect in my prices. So my
Yeah,
prices
in
go
the
up.
They
big
have to.
scheme of things, what people's paying for water would be, it's not going to be what the prices was in the 80s and 90s, but it could be.
Yeah.
It could be, so we could be energy independent. But
I mean, what happens in our area is that guys get firewood and they sell it
yeah,
cheap
yeah,
and kind of flood the market, and then it's not until like December, January
These guys
people are
feeding their families.
yeah, and they need that cash.
I got
I don't
word
care.
of mouth, and I just do my word of mouth.
Well, what I also do is I buy firewood still, and if I see a good deal, I'll buy it. So
I haven't done that yet, but I may.
Yeah.
Because you start. The guy's going to sell me a cord for $110.
yeah, I'd buy it.
I can make money on it.
All right, well,
But
let's
I've
thank
taken
Joe
advantage
and
of him, and I
let him get back to his family and what he's got to do this weekend. And
No, you're fine. So you guys came out for the Ohio Woodburner
meet and greet.
meet and
Meet
greet,
and greet.
out at Mission Barbecue, huh?
And it was wonderful, and
Yeah.
it was a lovely crowd of people.
Wasn't it? I was surprised.
Yes.
I
Oh, it was
was
fantastic.
Yes.
worried in the back of my head that we would have,
Rain.
well, yeah, rain. One person come.
I come out the blue though and start commenting. I'm going. Because in the same way with Shifty ever does it there. You and the other one I was trying to think of to help us was JPF.
Mm-hmm.
He has shouted out us so much.
Very good.
In the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah. I was very excited to see the turnout. I think we had over 40 some people there.
What amazes me, I saw this at the Frenzy. There is no matter what sex. It does not matter what age.
Yeah.
It's like it's a big family of firewood.
Well, like you said, with the,
it's hard to understand.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain it until you get into it. I know our kids.
our family thinks we're nuts.
Yes. And Chris said the same thing about his family. He thinks they're nuts. Everybody thinks you're nuts.
Yeah.
When it's the life and the enjoyment and how we never would have met you, never would have met the rest of them. So we're putting all these faces together. But
Yep.
Yeah, that's what, with our channel, I keep repeating, there's no cussing, there's no politics. I don't care who you voted for, I don't care who your favorite sports team is, I don't care what color you are,
We don't care.
we was
I don't
voted
care.
hard.
You are welcome here,
But no, I see so much stupid. That's the thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It's just common sense thing. But all right,
You ready to hit the road, dude?
Yes.
Let's hit the road.
I like your thumb, Liz. I do your thumb.
He does.
I can't do Shy's woo. So
Woo,
I do your-
yeah.
Woo!
This woo was something.
Yeah, I come from deep within. Oh, yeah.
Hello, YouTube. Senior here. We just got back from a wonderful, another wonderful meet and greet. Firewood Frenzy, and then to this has been a wonderful year.
Yes.
And we're going to go to Paul Bunyan, so anybody that missed this meet and greet went fantastic.
Yeah, Joe was.
Real gentleman.
Oh, yes, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is. He now, I've considered him a friend, but now I got a face to go with that friend. And he's a genuine all-American young man. So I call you young because you're 10 years younger than me, Jeff.
Oh, he's more than that.
No, he's not. He's 55.
Oh, really?
He said he was 55.
Oh.
Until September.
Oh.
But anyway,
So Ohio Woodburner had his meet and greet today. It's Saturday at Mission Barbecue in
Boardman, Ohio.
Boardman, Ohio. And we left Thursday to go to it, and we've driven. It's only like a 5 or 6 hour drive, but it took us 4 days. No, I guess it was 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Anyway, we took our time, came across country, saw the sights.
And we're going a different way now, so.
Right. But we did want to say thank you to Joe, and I hope you caught his live stream. If not, just see if you could get him on. What do y'all call that? Rerun? I call it a rerun. What's it called? When they just post it? Is that it?
Talking about the live stream?
Yeah. When you repost your live stream.
Yeah.
So when we repost his live stream, and we saw some people that, like Marlon was there with his wife, and who was that guy who was like 80, and his wife, and they still work firewood. So.
Yeah, made us young. Yeah. We wasn't the old ones doing the firewood.
This is a campground that Joe recommended, Mosquito Lake. It is a state park campground. It was wonderful, and we stayed Saturday night there and then headed back out Sunday morning.
Want to try this?
Sure.
Yeah, it was great.
The new Anchor Inn in Puxatony, Pennsylvania. Puxatony Phil is the only groundhog that I will ever have anything to do with. I got a chicken Caesar salad with fries on it, steak and cheese sauce for Larry. This is the Anchor Inn restaurant and lounge. It's nice at this point in our lives to have just a standard cab truck because we can fit in just a regular parking space. And since we're traveling the back roads, you get to see things and eat places that never happen on the highway, such as the Anchor Inn.
Alright, you two, we changed up again. We found a Blue Knob State Park.
Yeah.
And we're heading towards it.
Yeah.
Which way we go?
Straight. This is straight.
Straight, okay.
Let's check this red all the way around, hold tight. It's all right on my
All right.
side. You hit him?
I don't.
He swerved. He kept going.
I didn't see him.
I know you didn't. Do we need to get and look?
I didn't feel nothing.
I don't know.
Okay, after that little event, we're
And we've changed clothes and we're ready.
changed our bridges. We're almost to this campground.
All right.
But you're all riding along with us here.
Yeah, that's the village we're going into.
Turn here. State Park, yep.
Yeah.
No ski area.
Straight. Watch for children.
Watch for cars.
Yep.
Count your blessings.
Yep.
It's like I told Robin a little earlier. You don't catch fish if you don't get out and fish. You don't get in car wrecks unless you get out on the roads. So it all goes hand in hand. Been very fortunate. It's very dangerous out here. This particular case left far enough.
Right.
I never saw the car. So, but by gracious when that thing went by.
All right. You got 4/10 of a mile, and we're going to turn right into the state park. Blue Knob State Park here in Pennsylvania, and it's not a very wide area. We have to find a spot like up there because we can't be parking on the road. All right. Where's Shab when you need him? I don't think he'll come out for a little tiny maple. Shoo. are in the clouds. Looks like we're gonna get it again. It's raining somewhere over there, man. It's really bad over there.
It's coming.
See it? And we'll get home.